Collin Sexton,
Yes, sir.
thanks for coming in the lab today, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I need to get to the genesis of, because you know you're a broadcaster's dream, dude. The young bull. I mean, we just have a lot of fun with that.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about the genesis of young bull. Where did that come from?
I come from Atlanta, being back, and I used to play with the older guys all the time. And my brother, he's 4 years older than I am, and just growing up, always being like the young guy out there on the court, trying to get on the court. Like, yo, let me play. I'm good. Let me play. And they were just always like, he's always the young bull, always trying to play, always trying to get on the court. And I feel like it's just something that I always had. It felt like it just stuck with me.
Talk me through your process of being bullish in the paint right here.
I knew if I just get a little bit of space just to back up, I either had shot, I see them jump up.
Got them dancing around right here.
And then the lane opened up. I'd rather get to the lane and shoot a layup than try to settle for a step back. And right here, he opened his hips up just enough for me to like open the door.
So you read that. When a guy opens his hips up, that's a trigger for you?
That's a trigger. I'm pointing to where I want Lowry to screen.
Gotcha.
Just because at the end of the day, I know Gary, if I try to go left, he's really good at jumping the first initial drive.
So you know your individual opponents sometimes and what their tendencies are defensively?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just because I know like certain guys, I can't play with the ball a little bit. Certain guys, if they're picking me up, I have to make sure I just blow by them 1 or 2 times, then it just backs him up a little bit.
So is it a problem? Why is he picking you up at half court? Is that your advantage? Or
yeah, it's to my advantage because the floor is so open now, and it allows me to either come off pass or come off shoot 3 or even come off drive. So it's just to my advantage, and I'm glad he picked me up here just because
you are.
Either if he opens up or if he stops me in front, then I just make the pass to Lowry for a 3 or for the cut. But right here, he didn't stop ball, and as you see, like his hips are to the side.
Right there, you go right at him.
Yep.
You're attacking the defender's body, not giving him enough space to recover.
Absolutely. I know I have the gap right here, just like being patient right here and then making a move. And Mike used to do this really well. I watched a lot from Mike. We used to practice this a lot. Basically reading this guy, no one's at the nail, so if you play it.
And the nail meaning right there in the middle of the free throw line.
Free throw line. He's not there to make me kick it.
Gotcha.
So with him not being there to make me kick it, if I have one more dribble, either I can spin, I can go over the top, or I can just hit him and then shoot like a nice little, right in the middle.
Nice.
Yep.
You see all that space right there?
Yes.
Is that something that you read before you get the ball, or is this just a quick reaction? You know exactly what to do once you catch it?
Quick reaction. I feel like on this play in particular, if I keep running, I run fast enough, I can get a right land.
Because everybody's back is turned.
Yeah, back is turned. So I just slow up a little bit. Now I know Siakam's and Van Fleet are playing the pass, so if I pass it, we'd have nothing. So I'd rather drive it and see what they do, because I might have layup or I might have lob.
So one of the things that I talked to Coach Hardy about earlier in the season was about your personality, and he said that Collin is the kind of guy who wants it right now. Mm-hmm. As he progresses, he's going to get better at knowing when
to
turn it on. Have you felt like that has happened as you progressed?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like, especially like the times where, like as of recently when I was starting and stuff, like I started seeing like picking and choosing and when to pass. Like sometimes I will overpass just because I'm like trying to get guys open and trying to get them involved. I know I can go score, I know I can get a shot up, but I'm gonna need these guys when it's fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go. I'm gonna need them to make the same shot that they made in the second, in the fourth, so I just try to pick and choose, like when, now being like the point guard, I have to know all these things. And that was something that, like when I would watch film with Mike, he would be like, okay, I know that JC hasn't had a shot, I know KO hasn't had a shot now. What can we run for them to get them a shot? And I was like, okay, so now you're thinking the game, but also you're seeing the game like 2-3 possessions.
Sounds like you learned a lot from Mike.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I definitely did.
Now let's talk about, this is a made basket right here. Walk me through what you're seeing right there. You got your hands, you're waving. You must have saw something.
If he steps up, I dump it off to Doak. If not, I know it's kind of hard for someone to stop me in open court, going as fast as I can.
Someone, you mean anyone, right?
Yeah. And I knew it was basically two on one. Even if he jumps early, I'm a wrapping around to Doak, but for him to just not, I just went straight at him and he fouled.
One of the attributes you have to have in attack mode with a guy who is your size in this kind of league, where does the courage come from? I mean, it doesn't matter who's in that paint. You're not afraid to get in there and go at him.
Not at all. Just I know, like, right in this situation, he opened up. If I hit him hard enough, I try to hit before they hit me, and sometimes I do get offensive fouls, but with being smaller, you got to hit first, and that's something I always make sure, like, I do is hit first. So, like, if I hit you, sometimes you may not be able to jump.
Talk me through this. You've got to see everything. Your three-point shot's been dead on. When do you decide you need to use?
Sometimes I just pretty much like picking and choosing. I know, like, when I'm in transition, everyone pretty much runs to the paint, and sometimes that allows either for myself to get open threes or someone else. If I put pressure on the rim, like first full speed, I may not even shoot the ball. I may just turn around and kick it out. But the more pressure I put on the rim, like, that makes guys sprint to the goal just to try to stop me. I try to use it as my, as my weapon, and coach allows me to. He knows what I'm capable of, and one thing he's always told me, he's like, if it's one-on-one, I believe you can score it. And he was like, but if it's like two on four, you got to just making sure you're picking and choosing when to go, but also like making sure that you look behind you for like open three.
You use that same kind of intensity on the other end of the court. Talk to me about the defensive side of the ball as well.
I would say just on defense, like, I tend to like try to speed someone up.
You're a pest right here. I mean, you're all into it.
Usually I get a lot of like offensive fouls just because sometimes they tend to try to like hit me hard like pretty often, and I can tell like certain defenders don't really like the pressure, and I know which ones do and which ones don't. Like certain guys, I know I can pretty much speed up.
I watch you warm up sometimes, and I look around and I wonder where Collin is, and you've got you're in your own world, you're in your own space, maybe at the end of the bench. Talk to me about your game prep and how you kind of gear up for each game.
For me, like before a game, I'm like so high energy, so antsy, so ready that I have to like meditate before the game just to try to calm me back down and make sure that I'm like level-headed for the game. So just because I know like when I come out that tunnel, like the fire, like, you know what I mean? It wakes up, and at the end of the day, like whenever I'm out there, I try to give it 110%, just because like I remember always wanting to be in this position. So I feel like anytime I step on the court, I have to like give it my all, no matter what.
Now we're going to talk about your vision and seeing your teammates and setting the table for them as well.
Yeah, just pretty much just picking and choosing when to score, but also make sure when to pass. Like at the end of the day, you have to be able to do both. And I want guys to want to play with me from the start of the season to now. I feel like I've grown tremendously in doing that, and just making sure I take care of the ball as well. So.
Okay, this is one of my favorites. I mean, because we're coming back full circle to the young bull. You remember this play. Look at that foot right there. But what are you thinking here? I mean, you got the two-time MVP right here.
Honestly, in this position, I see Bees is right here on the wing. If he helps and Caldwell Pope comes over, Bees is wide open for a three.
All right, Collin, come on. No, seriously. That's Jokic.
Yes.
Right? So you're not just standing there saying, I got him.
Yeah, I am.
It come down to that simple, I got him.
Yeah, absolutely, I am. But that's the thing. That's why I picked going to the left side, just because I know, like, he can't help.
What were you doing with your foot there, right?
I honestly was making sure I didn't slip. So basically drying my shoe off, I was like, all right.
You know that's what the young bulls do, right?
Absolutely, ramp up. So I knew exactly what I was doing and dropped it and went left.
Beautiful.
Honestly, this was the first game that I was pretty much back. Just being back on the court just gave me so much emotion, just because I sat out from the whole season before and from an injury, and I feel like the emotion after this game was just like, okay, like I'm back playing. I was super, super excited.
Where are you now? You more settled in?
I think I'm more settled in now, just because I feel like all my hard work from last year all over the summer has paid off to have me back out there playing, and I just feel like the darkest times when you're alone, and some of those times when you're by yourself, that's when you realize like what you want and also realize who you are. And one thing about it, I realized, like, as far as, of course, I'm a basketball player, but I realized that's not who I am. Like, that's not all. When you go through like an injury or go through like something like that, you kind of like recalibrate your mind, and you start thinking about things that you enjoy doing. You start thinking about things that make you happy.
Gotcha.
And I feel like that's what the love of the game like came back.
Collin Sexton, young bull.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for coming through the lab,
Thank
my
you.
man.
Yes, sir.